Tonight we report on Sheriff Tom Jones' request to buy cameras and how a federal agency is stalling the development of new irrigation water for farmers. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Central Washington held off Western Oregon to move to 3-1 in Great Northwest Athletic Conference play, and Moses Lake Swim and Dive edges out Eastmont in the pool. Here's a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
I'm Chastelyn Rodriguez. A cold front towards the coastal area extending our way, extending towards the inland northwest, bringing unsettled conditions for this week. I'll have more details for you in just a bit.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
The Grant County Sheriff's Office wants to buy 18 cameras to help spot crimes as they are occurring. The Grant County Commissioners are expected to vote on the Sheriff's Office proposal to spend $68,000 this year and more for a 5-year agreement with Las Vegas-based Huntley USA. The contract includes 12 self-movable cameras, 6 stationary cameras, 9 tablets, and a connection fee. The Sheriff's Office began looking at installing the cameras following a series of drive-by shootings and a murder in the Larson community in February and March.
Plus, when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Hi, I'm Angus Lee, the Grant County prosecutor, and I've spent my entire adult life committed to public service. As a younger man, I fought for our country in the United States Marines, and I was awarded the Combat Action Ribbon and the Purple Heart. For nearly a decade now, I've been fighting criminals here in Grant County. My trial record speaks for itself. I have convictions in over 90% of my jury trials, and I've personally prosecuted the most serious cases, and I've won.
Angus Lee, the proven crime fighter.
I'm Angus Lee, and I approve this message.
Hello everyone, I'm Chastelyn Rodriguez from your One News Weather Center, brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Cooler, damp weather coming our way overnight into tomorrow. We're expecting showers around our area. Chance of rain overnight along our area. Cooling and unsettled through the work week. Those temperatures will drop by tomorrow. Possible light snow in higher elevations. Now towards the Cascades, we may get some flurries. That's if that snow level drops by Thursday. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at the almanac within the past 24 hours. Maximum temperatures above the average for this time of year in the lower 60s. It should be in the upper 50s. Definitely not as warm as that record high of 81 degrees, and that was in 2003. The low as well above the average in the lower 40s. It should be around 37 degrees. That's sunsetting at 5:59 p.m. And for Moses Lake, maximum temperatures as well in the mid 60s above the average. Over 5 degrees above the average for this time of year. That record high of 71 degrees in 1972, and that low in the lower 40s. That's sunsetting at 5:59 p.m. And right now outside your door, our current temperatures in the lower 60s, partly cloudy skies. That dew point in the lower 40s with those winds coming in from the south-southwest around 11 miles per hour. That cold front extending towards our area, bringing the chance of heavy rainfall with that possibility of thunderstorms extending towards the inland northwest Wednesday into Thursday. Now it may bring anywhere between 2 to 3 inches towards the Cascades by Thursday. Drier conditions are expected, but we will get a decrease in temperatures. Let's go ahead and take a look at the temperatures towards the coastal area. Olympia, temperatures in the upper 50s. Towards the Yakima Valley, temperatures in the upper 50s as well, with that chance of showers. And towards the inland northwest, lots of cloud cover. Those temperatures from the mid to upper 50s. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at our Columbia Basin. Temperatures from the mid 50s, or lower 50s I should say, to the lower 60s. Royal City, temperatures in the lower 60s, 63, and towards Ephrata, temperatures in the upper 50s. We will get a decrease in temperatures below the average. Moses Lake in the upper 50s as well, and towards Bridgeport, those temperatures in the mid 50s, towards Quincy, 57. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at our extended forecast for the week. For Wednesday, showers are likely around our area with a decrease in temperatures in the upper 50s, and then we get back to the lower 60s, and then again back to the upper 50s, lower 60s again, and they'll be very cool for the beginning of the work week in the mid 50s, and then 58 by Tuesday. Dry conditions are expected. We'll be right back with sports.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Venza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Cindy Carter, your Grant County Commissioner. Currently, I serve the 92,000 residents of Grant County, working with over 700 employees, 11 different labor unions, and providing oversight to an annual budget of $131 million. I have served in this capacity for 7.5 years, working closely with each department and office, reviewing their individual budgets to ensure a balanced overall budget so the county can remain fiscally strong. I'm Cindy Carter. Please vote for me in the 2014 election as your Grant County Commissioner.
Central Washington football rewarded the Wildcat faithful with a homecoming win on the gridiron Saturday.
They say revenge is a dish best served cold. But it took less than 30 days for Western Oregon to receive its just due at Tomlinson Stadium. Close to 5,000 fans were on hand to witness the Wildcats turn back the Wolves 24-20. Quarterback Jake Nelson led the Central attack, completing 29 of 48 passes for 264 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Wildcats got on the board first on a 12-yard Nelson to Greg Logan pass. Western responded with a Ryan Bergman pass to tie it 7-all. A 14-yard strike from Nelson to Kent McKinney put Central up 14-7 at the half. Sean McDonald's 39-yard field goal sent the Wildcats to the fourth quarter with a 17-7 lead. Western Oregon outscored Central 13-7 in the fourth quarter, but fell short in its comeback bid. Central's defensive unit turned in a solid effort on the day. The Wildcats picked off 4 Bergman passes, recovered a Wolves fumble, and held the team to 24 rushing yards on 28 carries. Coach Ian Shoemaker was pleased with the team's performance.
Well, I'm proud of our guys. You know, I mean, it shows resilience and toughness. Something we've been preaching since we got here. You know, as far as showing that grit in the face of adversity, and you know, they showed some of that. We didn't have a perfect game, and you know, we didn't play great in any of the 3 phases the whole game long. But you know, when it came time to make a play, we did, and that's the difference between week 3 and this week.
Moses Lake Swim and Dive moved to 9-1 in the Big 9 standings with a win over Eastmont. It was a close contest the entire meet. The Wildcats took an early lead and didn't surrender it until the Chiefs nudged ahead late. Moses Lake's Jordan Richardson was a double winner in the 200 IM and 100 backstroke. Anna Fair placed first in the 100 butterfly. The Chiefs Cheyenne Speed, Bailey Hammond, Addison Farron, Jalen Garza touched first in the 200 freestyle relay competition. Heather Carbon made a state qualifying standard and broke a school record with a score of 454 points on the afternoon. Is it back to the drawing board for the Seahawks? Well, after taking the football world by storm to claim the Super Bowl, the team has fallen on tough times. The franchise went through a tumultuous week that saw the trade of Percy Harvin and a second straight loss. Multiple blunders cost the team dearly in the Rams game Sunday. Among them were a 90-yard punt return touchdown and a successful fake punt late in the fourth quarter. Despite the departure of Harvin, the Seahawks offense began to return to form in the second half. Seattle scored touchdowns on their final 3 drives, with all 3 possessions covering at least 80 yards. The loss dropped the Hawks to 3-3 in the NFC West and 2 games back of first place Arizona. We'll be back after this.
I'm Daryl Pheasant. I've been your treasurer for 28 years. I take my oath seriously, following the laws consistently and fairly. This complex job depends on experience. Experience to run a $200 million public investment pool. Experience working with state agencies, banks, attorneys, title companies. Experience to know the law and be able to explain it. With reduced staffing, we need a working treasurer. Let me continue working hard for you. Public service, experience, leadership that is unmatched. Vote Daryl Pheasant for County Treasurer.
This is Garth Dano. I'm asking for your vote for Grant County Prosecutor, and have practiced law here with my family for 34 years. I care about this county and the people who live and raise their families here. I'm committed to improving our justice system in Grant County so we can all be proud of it. I will hold serious offenders accountable and will work with all our police officers to protect the public. Currently, it takes 3 to 4 years to have a civil trial heard in our courts. I am committed to working with the judges to solve this unnecessary delay. Please vote for me in the upcoming general election. I am Garth Dano, and I approve this message.
Our spotlight story tonight is about how our tax dollars are being used. The Associated Press found a case of Social Security benefits being paid that might surprise you.
Jacob Denzinger once lived the American dream with a thriving plastics company in Akron, Ohio, and investments in oil and real estate. That was before the Nazi hunters found him and he fled to Germany. Denzinger is 90 years old, but in World War II, he was a guard at Auschwitz, the notorious Nazi death camp. Now, he lives in the picturesque town of Osijek in his native Croatia and is paid about $1,500 a month in Social Security. underwritten by the American taxpayer. Denzinger refused to speak to the Associated Press on camera, but a neighbor described him.
I don't know about the pension. I've never asked about that, but I know he's a very wealthy man.
Payments flowed through a legal loophole which allowed dozens of death camp guards and suspected Nazi war criminals to be paid millions of dollars in Social Security benefits.
The United States of America, the country that was one of the two principal leaders in leading the fight against the Nazis, is rewarding these perpetrators by paying them money and pension.
Rabbi Marvin Heyer, who heads the Simon Wiesenthal Center in Los Angeles, wants an end to the payments. The loophole gave the U.S. Justice Department leverage to persuade Nazi suspects to leave the country. If they had been deported, they would have lost their benefits. But if they left voluntarily, returned to their homeland, and renounced their U.S. citizenship, they were legally allowed to keep their Social Security pensions. The Justice Department denied using these payments as a tool for removing Nazis. Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney also says the payments must stop.
So this loophole needs to be closed. I will work hard to close it.
A 2-year investigation by the Associated Press has found at least 38 Nazi suspects who left the United States and kept their Social Security benefits. The AP also found at least 4 are still alive. These include Denzinger and another man, Martin Hartmann. He is a former SS guard at the Sachsenhausen concentration camp in Germany. Hartmann moved to Berlin in 2007, just before being stripped of his U.S. citizenship. He is still being paid Social Security, according to a person with knowledge of his finances who wished to remain anonymous.
You can pick up an ID.
Memories of the Third Reich death camps are still vivid for Stephen Femves, who works at the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C.
Kids were dying right and left. Minimal food, once a day run to the latrine, the stench, the filth, it's hard to describe.
The Croatian authorities have just opened an investigation into Denzinger. Whatever the outcome, he knows his final resting place. His grave and tombstone already built. The only thing left is to chisel in the date of his death. David Bruns, The Associated Press.
We will be right back after this.
Hi, this is Kelly Moore from Moore Furniture. I want to let you all know how excited we are about Sealy's new gel memory foam beds. Sealy has taken memory foam to a whole new level by infusing gel beads into the mattress to keep you from getting too warm while you sleep. They come with a 25-year warranty, and we've got them on our floor for you to try out. We also offer free delivery and in-house financing, so stop by and see us and get yourself sleeping good at night. Remember, whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. So come see us at Moore Furniture in Ephrata or find us on the web at moorefurniture.net.
Pizza maker, Playmaker.
Check out my Ultimate Meats Pizza.
Looks great.
5 meats working together.
I love it.
A team of ingredients.
You trying to make a football joke?
Yeah, funny.
Brutal, actually. Stick to pizza.
Pepperoni, salami, sausage, Canadian and hickory smoked bacon. Up your game with the new Ultimate Meats Pizza. A large for $12. Add a mega chocolate chip cookie for just $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza.
Better football.
Papa John's.
Welcome back. Ephrata police arrested Colton Bradford, a 23-year-old Wenatchee resident, and Donald McClymans, a 22-year-old Wenatchee resident, after they were reportedly caught trying to push a shopping cart out of Walmart without paying for roughly $2,000 worth of items on Sunday evening. Both were arrested for theft in the second degree and organized retail theft. McClymans was also arrested for possession of methamphetamine and for having burglar tools. In Northwest news, Seattle police have a warning for parents this Halloween. Not all candy is for kids. Marijuana is legal in Washington state, so there are concerns about pot-infused candies showing up in trick-or-treat bags. Authorities are circulating a video produced by Denver police with advice for parents. One dispensary owner says it can be difficult to tell the difference. Police say the best rule parents can follow is if any candy doesn't look familiar or seems like it was tampered with, toss it.
The problem is that some of these products look so similar to candy that's been on the market that we've eaten as children that there's really no way for a child or a parent or anybody, even an expert in the field, to tell you whether or not a product is infused or not.
A political group backed by former Republican U.S. Senator Slade Gorton has launched a $55,000 television ad campaign attacking Republican U.S. House candidate Clint Didier for what it calls extreme and weird views. The Seattle Times reports Tuesday that the group called Washington's Future registered and filed an expenditure notice with the Federal Election Commission last week. Didier, a Tea Party favorite, is battling establishment Republican Dan Newhouse for the right to succeed retiring U.S. Representative Doc Hastings in the Central Washington District. Gorton is a Newhouse supporter. The television ad portrays Didier as a survivalist who also wants to cut Social Security, Medicare, and food stamps. Didier campaign manager Larry Stickney says it's no surprise because Gorton remains the dean of Washington's liberal GOP establishment. A video that's gone viral online shows a man carried out of a burning home by a group of rescuers in Fresno, California. The man who rushed into the building didn't want to go on camera, but Erica Cervantes was able to speak with his wife and has the story.
No, there's a man inside! This cell phone video shows what happened after the heroes risked their own lives to save a stranger. But what the video doesn't show is how the rescue happened.
He heard some screaming, and he looked back and he seen a cloud of smoke, and so he ran to where the smoke was, and he heard a lady screaming, saying her dad was inside the apartment.
Anita Meza says her husband, seen here in his bright green work shirt, pulled the elderly man from the burning home.
He went to the apartment, the front door, and he felt the heat, and he went into the door, and he seen her dad, and so he helped him throughout the back sliding door.
The woman recording the cell phone video thanks the men, and they credit Meza's husband.
Way to go. Way to go, man. You brought him out of there?
Well, it was mainly him right here. I was trying to put it out, but it's no hope.
You're a hero, man.
Meza's husband and the other heroes did everything they could to save the man trapped inside as people outside called 911.
Okay, there's a fire next door at the neighbor.
Okay, and what's on fire in the garage?
Yeah.
After seeing the video of the fire, Meza says her entire family is so proud of her husband.
I got calls from everywhere, from Santa Clara County, Los Banos, family from everywhere saying that they seen Art on TV, family here in Fresno. So it was just something nice.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFiber One News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.